Oh. So the entire bit of salt I put in here for the whole tin was like in that half a spoonful right there. It was so sweet up to that point too. Damn. Okay, let's try this again and see if they shut off our router. They turn off the internet connection. Bam. The fuck? I don't try. Fuck it. Oh. Chill. I gotta go get you out of Where you been looking for me? What I do? Got the gun? It's a wrap. It's just the worst scripted website in the fucking world.
I might die for this shit, nigga. All them homicides was on Crip, nigga. Gang banging that Crip shit. Niggas calling up cause of them blue shades. My people still was right behind, and then no nigga pulling up in no new rave. It was cool to the gang raid. Now these tough guys just never great. Blood can fill a whole bathtub. Let these blood brothers get baptized. Blacklisted on the bad guy. Plus some dark skin, so I'm the black guy. Never see me like black ice. We still pack cannons at shack site. Niggas said it at a man. Not a light skin brother, like, really what you talking about? Niggas say you in the can. Try to kill him on the track, let the people still track him up. I ain't trust anybody that'll walk around. Pop kind, only reason that they popping up. Niggas strings on my shoes like crocodiles. They know they fucking with me like a crocodile. Gang. Yelling that shit that you never been a part of. I know niggas I got waiting for the startup. D-Rose and they ain't even put a start up. No one person goes out for the city, got a mainstream level. Talk about the topic that's product. Tell me if they ever seen a break that is out of. Not me out and mad that I got it. TCP ring like a nigga just a product. Think you styling on you cause you seeing him in his product. Big gun bust from a nigga look a mocker. Party next door, I need a shotting in a pocket. Tell Jay Prince I don't give a fuck, yo. Fighting for a rap with a cut though. Squinting in a round in a touch flow. But they agree to keep it on the hush though. I'm blued up, I'm crewed up. For the F43G, I'm shoot up. Any nigga that really want it, I'ma bomb it. 32 shots and skeletons out the closet. You don't wanna be back down with your belly up. 4 double law niggas hopping on the heavy truck. We give bullets, but niggas don't give any bucks. Mac ain't auto, but I'll show you how to semi-buck.
You wonder like how long it takes to type 20 really fucking characters.
So who's guillotine? You ain't not really banging these streets. Got heat from the west, but I'll bang in the east, nigga. Crip. I rep a gang that you never been a part of. I put that on my mother, then I put that on my daughter. If you just one of my brothers, then your blacks get a shot up. I'm like Welvin, yelling out God, so you ain't gotta ask Biggie Smiles who shot him. I got a Biggie pump, got a perk when I pop up. Had to move work in the slums just to guap up. Now I hit the club, tell the bartender top up. It's locks well, so for lock, you'll get shot up. Now I hit the club, tell the bartender top up. It's locks well, so for lock, you'll get shot up. I might die for this shit, nigga.
Makes you think you're too stupid to use the fucking computer. Like, holy fuck, that last 2 minutes was to type 2 letters in this fucking title.
I'm over here fucking with retarded.
Why do I have to type this shit every fucking time? Why do I have to do this every fucking time?
Hey, fuck y'all. Hey, my arm hurts.
How you doing? Bro. Come on, chill. Where you been looking for me? What I do?
Worst scripted website in the world. We're about to lose the internet.
I might die for this shit, nigga. All them homicides was on Crip, nigga. Gang banging that Crip shit. Niggas calling up cause of them blue shades. My people still was right behind, and then no nigga pulling up in no new rave. It was cool to the gang raid. Now these tough guys just never act right. Blood can fill a whole bathtub. Let these blood brothers get baptized. blacklisted, I'm the bad guy. Plus some dark skin, so I'm the black guy. Never see me like black ice. We still pack cannons at Shack site. Niggas swear they the man. But the light skin brother like, really what you talking about? Niggas say you in the can. Try to kill him on a shot, let the people still chop him up. I ain't trust anybody that'll walk around. Pop kind, only reason that they popping up. Niggas skins on my shoes like crocodiles. They know they fucking with me like a crocodile. Gang, 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 gang. Yelling that shit that you never been a part of. I know niggas I got ready for the startup. D-Rose and they ain't even for the starter. Not one person goes hard for the city, got a mainstream level. Talk about the top of that product. Show me if they ever seen a breakdown inside of. Not me on the line that I got a TCP real, that a nigga just a product. Niggas styling, I knew you just seen him in his product. Big gun bust from a nigga like a manga. Party next door, I need a shot in the pocket. Tell Jay Prince, I don't give a fuck, yo. Fighting for a rap with a cut, though. Squinting in around in the touch flow. But they agree to keep it on the hush, though. I'm looped up, I'm looped up. For the F4PG, I'm souped up. Heading it.
Tried room 217.
217.
Yeah, oh, Gloria, these men are police officers. They want to ask you some questions. Oh, yes. Is it all right for them to... Yes, of course. This is an exception. Won't you come in?
Thank you. What's your name, miss?
Gloria Edgerton.
You know Juanita Lasky?
Yes, I know her. She has the room right next door to me.
Have you seen her today?
No, I haven't. I've been out doing my Christmas shopping. Why?
We were trying to locate her, Miss Edgerton.
Wasn't she in her room? I thought I heard her shower going.
Yeah, she did, but she wasn't in there. When was the last time you saw her?
Last night at dinner. We always eat dinner together.
Did she say anything that might lead you to believe that she was going anywhere today?
No, she said she might do some Christmas shopping today, so I suggested she go with me, and she agreed. She said she let me know this morning.
Did she?
No, she didn't. I just assumed that maybe she was sleeping in, so I went on alone. Are you sure she hasn't just stepped out? We don't know.
You're just going down to the corner. It's a little unusual to leave the shower running, the radio on, and let your lunch get cold.
Did she do that?
How long has Juanita had blonde
Serial
hair?
killers always take the lunch.
Ever since I've known her, about 6 months. We moved in here together. We work at the same place.
Where's that, Miss Edgerton?
At the Paget building. We're elevator operators.
I see. Who's your immediate superior down there?
Darlene Kemp. She's chief starter.
Mm-hmm. You got that, Ben? Mm-hmm. She have many dates?
No, not too many. Juanita likes to go steady.
Who was her steady boyfriend?
Paul Matthews. He works in the Paget building, too. He's in the dental lab for Dr. Welty, 6th floor.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add that might help us find her?
Well, are you sure she's lost?
The Plaggett Building is in the heart of downtown Los Angeles. It's a business and professional building. The cornerstone says erected in 1924, and it stands 12 stories high. The main entrance is on Hill Street.
Going up. That's all in the car, please. All right, Marion. Going up. Get back in the car, please.
Are you Darlene Camp?
Yes. Just a moment, please. Going up. All right, Dora. Can I help you?
I'm Sergeant Friday, Police Department. This is Sergeant Romero.
Yes, sir.
Juanita Lasky work for you?
Yes, she does. She's one of my operators.
When's the last time you saw her?
Anything wrong?
No, we're just trying to locate her.
You just missed her by 45 minutes. All right, Sylvia. She was in to pick up a check.
You know where she cashes her check?
Most of the girls cash them out at the bank on the corner. There's only one around here over on 8th.
You say about 45 minutes ago?
Yes, that's right.
Thanks very much, Miss Camp. Come on, Ben.
Going up. All right, Marion.
Yeah, the bank's not far from here. It is kind of funny, isn't it? What's that? Her room, the shower, the radio, that lunch. Sure pulled out in a hurry. What do you think? I don't know what to figure. It's a new one on me. She's alive, we know that. She was, 45 minutes ago anyway. Christmas is here. Santa Claus in his chimney. Yeah. No. I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah, that's all right. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Here we are, Jim.
Guess we better check with the manager, huh? You the manager?
I'm the assistant manager. Can I help you?
Police department.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to find out if a check has been cashed here within the hour.
Yes, sir. And what's the party's name?
Lasky, Juanita, payroll check, Plaggett Building.
Yes, sir. I know Miss Lasky. If you'll step behind the counter, I'll get the check.
Thank you.
If you'll just wait right here.
Okay, thanks.
They'd never go back to this way ever again.
It's a good question. When we find her, we'll ask her.
Wonder if anything was wrong where she worked.
No, it didn't seem to be. We'll check back there when we finish here.
Yeah. That boyfriend, Paul Matthews, too.
Yeah. Oh, here's our man.
Yes, here's the canceled check. I okayed it.
You sure it's the same girl?
I wonder if that's muffled audio in the background or old recordings on the tape.
Was she alone?
So?
Did she appear normal?
No, she didn't.
Rubbing down all fucking day long in a box. It's normal.
Does she have an account here? She did have a small savings account here, but she closed it up about a month ago.
I see.
Well, here's our card. If you should happen to see her again, give us a call. I'll do that.
Thank you very much.
Entirely welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We went back to the Claggett building. Ben called the Chelsea Hotel from the phone booth in the lobby of the building. Miss Waters, the manager, was keeping a sharp lookout, but Juanita Lasky had not been heard from. Paul Matthews worked in the
skydiving, big hotels, fancy, right?
Angry
skyscrapers,
callers.
big as mall.
Isn't your province on fire?
They've done it again in the opposite direction. They hold the record for the deepest pool in the world. The pool, which is more than 196 feet deep. It's more than 37 times the height of an average person. It's filled with 14 million liters of fresh water, the equivalent of 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools, according to this new joint called Deep Dive Dubai. According to Deep Dive Dubai, the pool contains a post-apocalyptic sunken city that features various city settings, including benches, streetlights, storefronts. There's some cars down there too. A little bit further down, swimmers can see an apartment with a bedroom, kitchen, dining area, and a garage, motorbikes, arcade games, and a pool table. There's also a foosball table if you want to play.
Your watch that says 100 meters.
Got to go for an
you
early,
can't go
for an
100
early
meters
look at the
deep with
pool.
your watch, kid. You know why? So they'll be able to identify you when they find your
Dubai
ass.
has earned the Guinness World Record of being the deepest pool for diving, beating the attraction in Poland called Deep Spot. What I tried here is known as Discovery Scuba Experience, which was incredibly surreal. Once you've mastered the art of breathing from your mouth and know when to equalize at the right time, you're good to go. So your first step is you sign your waiver. Then you come over here for the preparation side. Where
All
you
the
get
black
a
people
wetsuit.
stop listening now. They know
That's
what?
very good and
Not doing
ideal for you to get into the water. Temperature range is around 30 degrees Celsius, which is not too bad. 14 million liters of water, an hour-long excursion, something to look forward to. And if you're worried about the oxygen breath in scuba diving, you've got enough oxygen in your tanks for about 30 to 40 minutes. And depending on your breathing, it all varies, but it is an exciting new activity to try out.
So 877-399-9898.
There's places where people don't have enough water to drink, and you guys are just swimming around in it all day. Like it's all good. That's why people are angry.
We need a budget for Ireland. So would you do it? Would you go to a deep dive place that is the deepest diving place in the world? Would you? Right?
One time.
You broke it.
He broke it. Yeah, I think he's submerged.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
His microphone.
Hey, Brendan, would you? Would
I? Not this. Hello. Oh, Brian's back. Hello. Sorry,
Hello.
I was so excited I broke my microphone. I was just gonna say, one time when I was a kid, I went diving and I came back up too fast, and it felt like my heart was gonna explode, and I did not like that feeling. So I would be a little bit more adamant to doing that than going to space.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say not so much this. I would do the natural ocean, but this, with the whole post-apocalyptic feel and created sort of amusement style
Dubai.
of
That's
it,
where the rich
I
people
don't know
are. They're
if I
going to
would
survive all
really
this shit.
want to do
They're
that.
gonna,
I would do the deep ocean.
See, this would be cool because there's no slimy things. Yeah, that's all right. That's what gets me is the ugly, slimy ones with the teeth. They got it's like you see these fish and you're like, damn, you need braces. Ugly fish. There was a place I went to, I think it was called Shellhawk. Was it something like that? Oh, it was in Mexico. Anyway, there's a place where you go where there's a river, and it's where the river mixes with the lagoon water of the ocean. So it looks kind of like jelly when you see it, but you go float down the river, you can snorkel it, and you kind of go into these rocks and stuff. And I went in this rock corner, and then when I came around to go back into the river again, there was these giant uggo, like bucktooth, slimy green fish things. and they were lined up like a bunch of hooligans going to steal my wallet if I kept swimming that way. So now I'm trying to swim upstream of the river to get away backwards from the ugly fish. You see, there's no problem in deep dive Dubai with those ugly fish. They're not going to come get you.
No, they're going to import those ugly fish. Oh, I hit the button.
Housing activist Roberto Flores helped set up new tents on the traffic island in defiance of the order. Many neighbors have complained about the tent camps sprawling across Los Angeles. But Flores says until LA can offer affordable housing to everyone, public parks and publicly owned homes should be reclaimed.
All housing has to be affordable. It's like air and food, a shelter.
Flores and other activists set up a housing land trust and are hoping to buy some government-owned homes. In a statement, Caltrans said they're pursuing regulatory changes needed to sell the remaining homes to affordable housing groups. Some families were able to stay in their reclaimed homes.
Bedroom.
Marta Escuedo and her two daughters successfully reclaimed a home at the start of the pandemic. She says the modern economy makes it impossible for single mothers to afford housing.
My dad was a janitor, immigrant from Mexico, had an elementary school education, doesn't even speak English fluently, but he had a really good union job, and we were able to afford a house. He was a homeowner. For myself, I was born and raised in this country. I have a bachelor's degree, yet I'm not able to even rent a house because just the housing market has really turned into a housing crisis.
The reclaimers now band together to fix leaky faucets or raise money for each other to make ends meet. Although the pandemic has worsened the homeless crisis, Deandra and other reclaimers are optimistic that maybe it's causing people to rethink how society uses public spaces and treats its most vulnerable.
Rigor Morris reporting there, and California Governor Gavin Newsom says the state will cover 100% rent, debt, and utilities for low-income Californians who suffered because of the pandemic. The eviction moratorium is also being extended until the end of September.
As the pandemic rages in South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced an extension of restrictions. Curfew in place, banning the sale of alcohol. Many of the lockdowns have contributed to many problems, including hunger. Families reporting they've run out of money to buy food. Let's speak to somebody who's been working in this area particularly. Nick Spall is an associate professor, joins us on the line from Cape Town. How are things going to be now compared with the first hard lockdown?
Hi, yes, and thanks for having us. We know that hunger in South Africa before the pandemic was already high by international standards, and the lockdowns that have been introduced as a result of the pandemic and the need to limit the spread of COVID have led to a dramatic increase in hunger. We've seen doubling the rates of child hunger, for example. And the latest survey that we did, it's a nationally representative telephonic survey, showed that approximately 10 million South Africans, that's 1 in 6, was in a household that was affected by hunger, and 3 million children were in households that were affected by hunger in the last week.
Particularly about children, what the statistics are for them. How are they going to be hit by the latest lockdown, by the latest changes?
So we see 14% of households that have children in them reporting that a child went hungry in the last 7 days, and this was in April and May this year. So that's about 3 million children that are in those households. It's an extremely high number.
What is happening, bearing in mind that there is a grant system, a social welfare grant system in place? How is that helping or affecting?
So it helps a lot. So more than 14 million child support grants are paid every year. This is about 440 Rand a month. And there was a top-up to that grant that was paid in the earlier stages of lockdown, but that top-up has been removed. So households are being thrown back into poverty that previously had relief from those government grants.
But with the difficulties that many people are facing, I mean, we've often spoken about how this inevitably provokes people not to observe the stay-at-home rules and the masking rules. What's it actually looking like on the street? Are they being observed or not?
So I think in the early stages of lockdown, that was true. I think there's a much bigger awareness now around things like mask wearing. So you have pretty widespread mask wearing in most areas in South Africa, but the survey does also point to lower levels of compliance in township areas and informal settlements.
Right. And what can be done about this? Is the grant one issue? I mean, that was raised in our conversation. What would you say would be the best thing to help people?
So I think the two things, the first one is that we do need to extend grants like the child support grant and what's called the social relief of distress grant that was removed at the end of April.
Is there money to do that, though? The government's just going to say we can't afford it, aren't they?
There is money to do that. That was allocated in the February budget this year. But the second major one is that there's only one route out of the drama that we find ourselves in, and that's vaccination.
Right.
We need to increase the number of vaccines.
Nick, many thanks indeed. Nick Spall, Associate Professor there on the line from Cape Town. Many thanks.
You're listening to the All News Channel from KCRW. Stream us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or on the KCRW mobile app.
Waiting. I wanted a fast, safe, efficient, and friendly divorce. The team at Russell Alexander Family Lawyers accomplished it all and more.
Call Russell Alexander Family Lawyers at pound 99.99. That's pound 99.99.
Look, RIA.
She knows you don't have any money on your phone.
But what do I say? Have you ever tried weed? Did you like it?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to just drive to the next window for your order because there are people waiting behind you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The next window. Yeah, right over there. Thank you.
Looking for tips on how to talk with your teens about cannabis? Visit drugfreekidscanada.org for more tools to help start the conversation.
Sign up for the email
drugfreekidscanada.org.
You will laugh your ass off.
Insightful, engaging, and intelligent.
This is Global News. I'm Toby Kerr. The federal government says it's helping evacuate forces will evacuate residents by air. The city of Thunder Bay says it will host as many as 300 people from the community. The fire, known as the Red Lake 65, is burning 10 kilometers west of the community in northwestern Ontario. Italy's triumph on the soccer field has triggered raucous celebrations among Canadian fans. The Italians edged out England in Sunday afternoon's Euro Cup final, winning 3-2 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Crowds packed neighbor restaurant patios across Canada to watch the game, and it didn't take long for some